Hello guys, this is Pledge. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, in my progression in being funded, but better late than never. I need to work on that consistent content, right? So welcome back. On this video, I'm going to be reviewing my Q3 or Q3 trading performance. So with no much, let's get into it. So guys, Banger is my subscription for TradingView is actually gone, so I'm not I won't be able to go as much back as I wanted to. So it's just one of those. What I am going to show you is my performance, right, for July, August, and September, right? The Q3. So with that, there's a lot of things that you guys may see. Now, on the previous videos, you guys know I'm funded, and I was able to make a couple of profits from the funding challenge, and I actually, in this video, you're going to see how that turned out, right? So with that, let's get into my FundingPips dashboard so you guys can see what's been happening. So this is my Q3 performance, right? I was funded when I was actually funded in June, right? End of June. But I took the account to be able to get into Q3, right? So the first trade on the live account, I actually took a loss. That was a bang, right? Because getting in on a loss is just it's just horrible. But thing is, June I was able to make I was from the first loss I took another loss again. Like, this is a 10K account, right? And my thing is that I risk 0.5%, right? This is a funded account, right? So that's why you see the losses in the 0.5% to 1%, right? So this, I actually took a loss. The first trade, the second trade, I actually took a loss as well. The third trade, I actually took a loss as well. The fourth trade, now this is where psychology was messing me up. On the fourth trade, that's when I actually went from risking 0.5% to risking a full percentage. I know, not wise to be doing that. And on the fifth trade, as many of the greats in the game always say, that what you should wish to have is a mentality to take 3 losses or 4 losses in a row and still be able to execute the fifth or the fourth or the fifth with the same criteria and with no emotions, right? So on the fifth trade, I risked 0.5%, right? Then on the and the fifth trade actually won, right? It's this one, right? Now on the sixth trade, was on a Friday, I actually took a loss. So you can imagine how on Saturday and Sunday I was feeling, but I was trying to work on that mental space, right? And on the last trade of the week, I actually risked almost a full percentage on one trade. You can see that, right? So you can imagine how I was during the weekend. So on Monday, I went back into it. Two positions, right? Two setups. I actually took two losses. I lost 1.1%, right? Horrible. Now on the second what I want to see on the third trade from the win, but I guess we'll just have to make them as of in a numerical sequence, right? On the eighth trade, I actually risked a full percentage on two setups. Again, horrible, horrible mental state. I was trying to make everything back, and I was trying. I was in the process of trying to make the strategy in a bend the strategy in to be more flexible for me to get the most money and it was just horrible because I got overconfident in how I was seeing how I was projecting the market to play out. I actually lost 2%. Horrible. At best I should have lost half a full percentage because it'd be half a percentage and half percent. So I actually lost 2%. Right. On the ninth trade, I actually took another loss. Horrible. Just horrible. Now, on the 10th trade, right? This is where the luck was starting to be in my favor after those four consecutive losing days, right? Now, on Thursday, I thought, nah, let me recoup, right? Let me just um get my mental state in the right place, right? And I actually didn't trade to avoid taking any further losses. All right. So on Friday as well, I was just like, I'm just gonna be out. Just gonna wait for the new week. Monday, I didn't see any opportunities, right? Tuesday, I didn't see them as well. Now on Wednesday, saw an opportunity, took the position, right? It was supposed to be a 1:2. I was supposed to gain 2% from half a percent um risk, but it was why it almost hit my TP and I saw it trying to retrace and I was like, nah, I'm just going to cut my losses, right? Though I was in profit, right? It was just a pip away and I saw it like forming a hammer and I was like, nah, I'm going to go out. And the trade actually did eventually reverse. So I think I got out in the right place, right? Not too bad, but on the third or my next trade, I actually took another win, right? A win on Thursday, on Wednesday, and another win on Thursday, right? Took a position, right? And I was looking to let this run. Yeah, I actually did because I was seeing that they could potentially go for higher highs, right? I think it was a buy setup, right? And I was just looking to let it run. And mind you, all of these trades are only on one pair, right? So I just saw that trading one pair seem profitable or two at best, but I stuck to one pair, of which was the Dow Jones. Now, after taking these 2 losses, your psychology may be a bit wild, may turn against you, even though you're winning, because it may make you feel like you're invincible, right? Now, imagine if on the next trades, right? I was on the next trade was then the next week, I took a loss on a Tuesday, and I took another loss on a Wednesday, right? And I was like, imagine if I was starting to feel invincible with those consecutive wins, right? Huge wins. And I thought, nah, I could go a full percentage, of which I did in the beginning, of which was horrible. But I learned, but I went on and I took 2 consecutive losses. Now, with 2 consecutive losses, I already took 4 consecutive losses in a row, and I was like, nah, I'm going to stick at it, right? Now I actually made I actually got a profitable trade, right? 2 profitable trades um on the coming day, which was a Thursday, to end the week, right? And that was July. So I ended July, as you can see right here on my PNL. It was actually positive, not as much as I would have liked it to be, because I was reckless at the beginning. I was taking unnecessary, right? Unnecessary risk, too much risk, if I can add, and it was just horrible. Now, I ended July on a I would say a decent note, right? So that was my first month in the Q3. Then I got into August. I've seen a lot of people say they were they had a bad month in August, but for me, as I always seen this um profession, right, it's an individual sport. So I took 3 losses in a row, right? After the last week, I ended on a good note and won a a really good profitable trade. The next week, I took 3 losses in a row. I ended the week on red, and the next coming week we had 2 break evens, right? 2 consecutive break evens, and to end the week, I was actually profitable, right? I was really I was up, right? So the coming week, I started with um a good trade on a Tuesday. Then after that, I took 2 trades on Wednesday. I It was a loss, but I didn't mind it. And then on the coming day, which was a Thursday, I actually took one big profitable trade. Then, as I saw it right here, right, I was actually eligible for a payout, so I took a payout. Yes, yeah. I was actually up enough to get a payout, right? So the coming week, I made on a Monday, I got another profitable setup, which I executed, and I was up again. As you can see on these dates, I was the following days. It was on a Monday that I took the profitable trade, and it was on a Monday, and the rest of the week I didn't take trades, right? So I'm up. There's nothing to prove in the markets. I just want my money, right? So that was it for the second month of Q3, of which was possibly my best month, right? I could say that. well, there were better months, but in terms of being eligible to take a payout, because when you get to that funder stage, when the money is real, it kind of gets to somebody, right? So I got a payout, then I took another trade and I was up. So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna stay out of this market. So I'm just gonna wait for my setup. And as you can see, I closed August really profitable, right? I was able to make more like 5% on it. Many of the weeks were very profitable. Can't complain, right? So we're gonna go to the last month, of which was September. So coming week, I got into a trade, thought it was a good one, and it actually bit me, right? Remember, I was waiting for a payout, right? And it actually bit me. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay out for the rest of the week, right? Because I already had the money. I was just waiting for the payout day after receiving that first payout. And I was like, I'm gonna wait for for um for a payout day. And then it bit me. Then I got into the next week. Rest of the week I didn't see any setups. Then on Friday I actually got a good setup and I was eligible for a payout. As you can see right here, guys, I didn't take a trade since the last profitable trade. I think it was on a Wednesday, somewhere there. And I actually took the money and I ran with it, right? And in total, I think I made like 3 payouts, right? I think one's supposed to be somewhere here and another one here and another one here, right? There were actually trades that I took and I waited for payout. So with that, I was actually impressed by the performance, and I was really feeling great about the whole performance for Q3. I would argue Q3 and Q2 were my best months, and yeah, it was amazing to get those payouts and scale up to bigger accounts, right? It was amazing and it felt amazing, and I was impressed by my own performance, right? It's amazing. So with that, I thought that with everyone in this, they could actually make their own, and they could possibly and improve, and if one person can do it, then the next can, right? It's the motto. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. Just see that strings of losses don't mean it that you won't be able to get money. So before the end of this video, I think I can show you guys the payouts, right? So as you guys can see right there, so I made actually 3 payouts, right? It was 3 payouts on this account. So I would say it was a profitable investment, right? I would say that's a profitable investment. So with that one, guys, I hope everyone can see that if the first person can do it, the second will most certainly come, and the third and the fourth, and so ever, right? So I hope this video helps somebody out there with their own journey, because this is a mental draining journey and a tricky process, but doable. I hope this video helps you guys, and if you see this video helping somebody else out there, feel free to share it, yeah, so they can see what everyone else goes through in order to make their own in this industry. Would I say industry, or in this type of business, feel free to share it. And with that one, guys, I wish everyone profitable trading, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.